alive? I don't know. Not really used to this thing. Well, while it's clear, I thought I'd have a go at the Western Vale. So I'm hoping this is working. So I'm going to have a look. I think I'm working. I think we're good. Looking at the wrong one. There we go. So, yep. Oh, what's going on with my guiding? I've never had that before. Oh, let's go. Ugh. What the? So, yep. Oh, what's going on with my guiding? What the hell's going on with that? There seems to be a problem. I'm going to stop and check it out. Something's not right. I'll be back. What's going on with that? strange. Know what's going on with PHD? I shall close it down. I don't know what's going on there. Everything seems to be fighting me tonight. Oh. Get it looping. Alright. Let's try calibration. Yeah, not sure what's going on with the guide in there. I'm having some problems, but never mind. These try us at times. It was fine earlier, it was guiding beautifully, and then it got clouded out, so I stopped, started again, and now we're getting this again. Right. I really don't know what's going on there. Very odd. But I'll give it a calibration and we'll see what happens. It seems to be calibrating, I suppose, so that's the start. So we'll see how we get on. Let's just have a look at the subs on here. Oh, that is awful. So we don't want that one. We want one previous. That one's alright. And like, very strange behaviour. Oh, yeah, let's get here. Equipment. Guider. Connect. Oh, it's connected now. That's imaging. That seems to be alright now. We'll try him out. Let's try again. Shouldn't be far off. So, see if we behave this time. That's better. Not sure what's going on there, but it was doing some weird things the last time we tried it out. It was doing some weird things in guiding. I'm not really sure what was going on, whether it's an on-step thing or not, I'm not sure, but usually it's been pretty good. So hopefully this sub should pop, it should come out alright now. It's looking better. I don't have sharp caps, so I can't do a live stack, I'm afraid, so this is just straight out of the camera. Equipment I'm using is a Raster 11, but it's a version 1, hence why the images flip the wrong way. Using a Altair Astro 26C and an IDAS NBZ Nebula Boost filter. It's just a standard one, not the high speed version, but it still seems to work very well. So I bought it just before they brought out the higher speed one, so I was a little bit gutted when it came out. It was literally like a month or two afterwards, but it is what it is, and it still works very well, and I can use it on like my refractor or my Newtonian, so I can always use it on something else. But other than that, yeah, this is it. Oh, the mount I'm using as well is an old Celestron CG Pro, which was totally dead. And I bought a kit for it, a on-step kit for it, from Chad Gray, and he builds them. My eyesight's too poor to be soldering now. I used to solder for a living, but I can't do it now. So yeah, it was all flashed and ready to go, and I got it all in the box. I just had to bolt the thing together and plug it in, basically. And it's been pretty good, but since I've had problems with the mini PC, the first time I tried it out, it messed about, and now it's like this time it's messed about too. I don't know why, so it's very, very odd. Which way? That way. There we go. Yeah, so it's acting very strangely. There you go, that's one single sub. That's not too shabby. If they all start coming down like that now, I'll be happy. So I did images last year with a 269C, and it was more zoomed in. Oh, I can't really show you, but it was more zoomed in on the Witch's Broom area itself. So this is like a much wider field with the 26C, but it's APS-C size sensor. So should get a nice, well, I'm hoping to get a nice image from it, so we'll see. I did have to sell the 269C to pay for the 26C, but now I do have another one, because I thought it was a cracky little camera. It performs very, very well for. So here it is. And this is it here. Very good performer. We're going away next week on holiday. We're hoping to do some Astro, but the weather in the UK is not looking good, so it might not happen. I don't think we might not do any Astro, but I'm not sure whether to take this camera or the 26C. I might just end up taking both. I'd like to shoot the lagoon again, but we'll see how it goes. It's not looking good. It's looking like there's going to be a lot of rain, sadly. So we shall see how it all goes. Um, but yeah, we're got finally a clear gap, so I thought give it a go. So yep, I am using, if anybody who's just joined, I am imaging the Western Vale using a RASA 11 and an Altair Astro 26C camera with the IDAS MBZ Nebula booster filter. It's just a standard one, not the high speed one, but as you can see, the single subs that it's bringing in, it still works very well. So definitely, if you've only got a standard one and you're using a high speed system, it still works. Still works very good. So I think these are coming in quite nicely. And I'm using my old CGE Pro with an on-step kit fitted to it. I had a few gremlins to begin with. I'm not really sure why the guiding went a bit squiffy, but I've recalibrated it and it seems alright now. So I'm not sure what was going on. It was doing some weird things with the RA. It kept jumping up and down, and very odd going on, but it seems to have settled down now. So fingers crossed we can get some subs in tonight. Oh, sorry, Steve. Yeah, clearish. I did get clouded out for about 20 minutes, but I'm managed to get going again. Had some gremlins to begin with, though, mate. Guiding seemed to be all over the place. The RA was just jumping up and down, up and down. I'm not really sure what was going on there, so I recalibrated, and all is well now. The old CG Pro is working brilliantly, mate. Very happy with it. You might get clear skies later, I don't know. I've just took a gamble, so I don't know how long I'll get. Might get another hour or so, and then I might get clouded out again. Well, yeah, shocked. I'm shocked that I'm out. It's been a long time though. I mean, I haven't been out much at all. Last few weeks been shocking. Me and the missus are going away next week as well, down the southwest again. But in all honesty, I don't think it's going to be any good. Yeah, it's great, mate. I'm really happy. I mean, okay, the kit cost $600, but to be fair, the whole thing, the mounts just cost me less than the price of a second-hand HEQ5, so I can't complain. And it swings the Rasa around like no problem, no sweat now. Oh, tell me, mate, tell me. This first, I mean, I did manage to have a go at the Witch's Broom a couple of weeks ago at Nicky's, but I didn't even manage 2 hours on that, to be fair. But the subs this is pulling in. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing on the screen. I know it's vignetting, but it's coming in nice. It's a shame you can't live stack in Nina, because that'd be a good add-on to have. Be good to see the image grow. I don't have sharp cap, so not used sharp cap since I used to image Jupiter with a Philips webcam, so it's not bad. I mean, it's a one shot. I'm using a one shot colour camera, the Altair 26C, with the IDAS MBZ dual band, the Nebula boost filter, which is like a dual band filter. But it's only the normal speed one. It's not the ultra high speed one for fast imaging scopes. But it still seems to work very well. Had to have a brew. Like I say, I don't know how many hours I'll get on it tonight, mate. But we'll see. I'll bet you are. Yeah, a can of something. Would it be an alcoholic can of something? Oh no. I honestly, I haven't done solar for ages, mate. I really haven't. Just haven't had the time. There's so much going on lately, I just haven't had the time to do it. I need to somehow get a dual saddle system on top of the rasters. I'll just pop on the top, or even underneath. But I just ain't had a chance. I've been thinking about PST mods, but I don't know how good they are. Cheers, mate. I'd say cheers, but I drank mine. Oops, that lot gone through that one. Oh. Well, yeah, I've got an EQ5 Pro I can just set up all my AZ EQ6, so I suppose EQ5 is ideal for solar. But I suppose I could leave it set up and just leave it in the observatory and then just pull it out when I need it, as and when. Because I've done solar with it before and it's absolutely fine for that. It's not great for imaging, I must admit. They're not. I mean, they work, but I don't think they're very good. I've never had very good guiding with it or anything. So, but for just general solar and that, they're fine. It's been fine for that. Even with a refractor on it for white light, I've never had a problem. Yeah. I suppose thinking about it, it's probably wise to do that actually, because the CG on the pier it's higher than the AZ used to be, and that was high, and this thing's even higher. So, but which makes because I still have to focus with the batten off mask, sadly, because it's a version 1. You can't do an autofocus with it because it will just start messing around. So I just have to do it manually with the batten off mask. But it's alright. As soon as you do it, it's fine. It holds it well. Yeah, I mean the AZ I want to use. Well, I suppose I want to use for like star parties or whatever, but it's a better mount the EQ5. The EQ5 is absolutely fine for solar. Yeah, I might do that. Just stick me dual saddle on it. I need steps now. Because I've used the rest of the camera's on the sod in front, so you have to get up and put it right over the bloody camera, over the top, fiddle with the focus, and of course I've done a schoolboy error earlier when I set up. Tried plate solving, if we couldn't find the stars, I was thinking, oh, that looks a bit out of focus, so I put my batten off mask and it focused. I went, yeah, bang on. Took the first sub, I thought, it's not showing a lot of signal. I had to put the filter in, had I? So I had to run upstairs, get the filter, put the filter in, refocus again. Never mind, because I had even the other camera on the other scope the other week, so never mind. Although I'm not going to make the steps I've got, aren't really big enough. I want some bigger steps. And I ain't kidding. I know I'm short, but Oh, bloody hell. I tell you what, I'll put mine in a home, no, not the park position, and I'll measure it, see how high the rasa is, because the dew shield is almost touching the top of the dome, so that's how high it is. Take the dew shield off it. I bet it's got to be 8 foot. Got to be. It's ridiculously high. Well, had it going in my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna just give the dome a little shove because I'll have to shove it round. I shall be back in just a jiff. That's it. Give it a bit of a shove. I can see Jupiter rising up now. I'm actually going to take this off, it's a bit warm. So anyone who's just joined, I am imaging the Western Vale. The reason why the image is flipped the wrong way round is because I'm using a RASA 11. The camera I'm using is an Altair Astro 26C, which has the same sensor as the IMX 571 sensor. And it is on the CG Pro with the on-step system. I'm also using an IDAS MBZ filter. Nebula boost filter. Yeah, it is rising up, mate. It's coming up. I can see it. So should be getting nice and high this time, shouldn't it? I might do some. That's when I started off with this. Only about 12 years ago. I mean, that's when I started. I started off looking at the moon, of course, and then I looked at Jupiter and got the old Philips webcam, which I've still got in a box down here actually. And never was buying the SPC 880s from Morgan Computers, was it? I still get emails from them to this day. But yeah, in fact, let's just down here. And here it is. Who remembers imaging, doing planetary imaging with one of these? They actually worked well. A bit slow, 15 frames per second, so not a high speed rate, but they were actually pretty good for the other day. I've got some pretty good images with mine. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was imaging it used to be pretty high up. When I started about 12 years ago. That's probably why I was getting pretty decent images. Then it sort of started scooting down pretty quickly. I could never get anything as good. So I kind of gave up with it in the end. I was thinking of doing something wrong, but obviously shooting through more atmosphere, that's what the problem was. Right. How cool is that? Yeah. So I know a lot of people just start with deep sky imaging and then they try planetary. I mean, some people can do it, but some people like really struggle with it. I think Rob Hodgkinson, if you remember him, Rob H from used to be on SGL. I think he said he tried planetary and he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. But he used to do some pretty good images in his day. Although camera technology has moved on a heck of a lot, I must admit. Guiding is not so good tonight. I don't know if it's only high cloud or something. It just doesn't seem as good tonight. I've had it lower than that. I've had it like 0.8, 0.08, sorry. Get it right. But it's sort of staying in the... Still like right, it's still okay. I think there might be a little bit of high cloud. I think it looked a bit hazy when I looked up, but it's still relatively clear. Excellent. Now I did start with the Philips because I was reading tons of threads on SGR. I was reading, and I still made a rookie mistake. I got 200p on an EQ5, didn't I? I should have got a 200p on an HEQ5. So I didn't quite get that one right. But when did I start? It was very early December 2011 is when I started. So I started with a 200p on an EQ5. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. Polar alignment, well, I just pointed the thing north, went, yeah, that'll do. just fudged it. Didn't even know how to polar align. So yeah, I was a bit green behind the gills, as they say. Yeah, 2-cam, Philips 2-cam. I think they're the same chip as the SPCs, aren't they? I did get a QHY5, I've still got it actually, it was the 5L2 colour. I got them when they had them, I think it was Dion on Astronomy Shed. He said, you know, anybody wants to be a tester, you can get them for half price. So I've bought one. I've still got it. I got some pretty reasonable images of that as well, I must admit. Oh, actually, the webcam I'm using now, I actually butchered this and I butchered this and I put it on a telescope as well. One of my Mars images is done with this camera. Oh blimey, yeah, I did do that, and then I put it back on the on the SPC again. Because I thought, oh, it's supposed to be 720p, high definition. It still look crap. So I thought, all right, just go back with the SPC again. Hey, how's Harry, Steve? I miss Harry. Oh, Harry, bless him. I'll be Elon Musk again. Ugh. Twice on that one. Twice or three times? No, twice. Yeah, a few people done that. Bless him. Good. Bless him. Yeah. Who else done 35? I think Steve from the Dob Mob. Swampy. He said he tried it. He got fed up with it. I'm sure he did, but I remember seeing a post in SGL. Somebody did Orion with it using 35mm and just tracked it, and the image you got, I mean, alright, it was pretty noisy and there's a few satellites through it, but it was actually, the actual image itself came out really well. But I suppose you've got to be, the amount of film you must have wasted doing it. With digital, you can just, if it's crap, you just delete it, don't you? You just get rid of it. If you develop a film and it's crap, then you're stuck with it. I'm not sure. I think I did. I've got a feeling I did. I remember walking around when we asked the last SGL Star Party, because Harry had that flashing collar, didn't he? That red flashing collar. I always remember somebody walking around with a touch again, you going, "Can you turn the light off, please? Can you turn the light off, please? Turn that bloody light off!" I was wetting myself that night. Yeah, I did. I'm sure I saw Tara, but I can't remember where. It might have been. Kelly. Yeah. I do miss the Stargazers Lounge Star Parties. Do miss those, but I don't know if they're going to find anywhere else. PTS? Oh, I got you, mate. Oh no, sorry to hear that, mate. So sorry to hear that. I'm sure I did see you though. Oh, mate, sorry to hear that. I don't know. I I think you got third time lucky that night. I think turn that bloody light out, but I did make me chuckle, that did. uh, Not it. Be better if I had a job that I can get more time off. I only get eight free days off a bloody year now, so getting away is a bit hard. But I've been looking for another job, but I'm an old fart now, so it's hard to find one that pays all right. And yeah, must get. Yeah, I bet you are, mate. I bet you are. How was your other half as well? So I know you've stopped coming to Kelly now, haven't you? Yeah, it is, mate. It is. I mean, because they have factory shutdowns, and I'm knackered now. You just get 8 free days. That's your lot. That's all you get. So it is. It's a pain. It's a pain in the backside. I've been looking for other work, but there's just not much out there at the minute. The pay's crap, and the bills are going up, and on everything. So what do you do? All right, mate. Oh. For anyone who's just joined, I am currently imaging the Western Vale Nebula. I am using a Celestron Rasa 11, which is the version 1, it's not the version 2. So I have to manually focus it, which is a bit of a bind, but it's not too bad. With using an Altair 26C camera and a IDAS MBZ filter. It's not the high speed version, it's just the standard one, but it still works very well with the scope. And the mount I'm using is an old Celestron CG Pro, which was totally dead when I got it, and it has now got an on-step kit fitted to it, and it works very well. As you can see, so for a 14-year-old plus mount, it's doing pretty good. I did start earlier, and I got clouded out for probably about 20 minutes, and then after that it gets cleared up, and I'm just continuing on until I get clouded out again, I suppose. But we're going good. shall be right back. Oh. Oh, shall I bother with a flip? I might not bother doing the flip. Just leave it going. It's already wasted some time getting the data, so I should probably not bother doing a flip. It'll probably be getting light at, let's have a look at the sequencer. Oh, just past 3. Okay. No, I'm probably not going to bother doing a meridian flip. I think I'll just leave it going like that. It'll be fine. Nice one, mate. I just thought I'd check the dome. And we're all good. Just give it a little nudge. I haven't got fully automated, so I have to sort of babysit everything, which I don't mind doing. Because if there's any problems, I can fix it. With the issues I was getting with guiding earlier, I could have, if it was fully automatic, I could have left it and then just had a wasted night. So at least this way I can fix stuff. I just wish Nina would have something for manual focus, so if the focus goes off a little bit you can just stop it, stick your baton off mask on and just refocus and lock it down again, like with the rotator. Good God, economy 7. Is that still a thing? Is that why you're up all night? Good grief. Funny enough, I've got the washing on. Got the washing machine on, so just washing the rest of the clothes ready for our holiday next week. Yeah, well, yeah. If there's any problems or anything, you can fix it, can't you? That's the way I look at it. If you babysit it, I know people fully automated, which is fine. You know, so if everything works, but if something messes up, that's it. It's just a wasted night. And if I did have an observatory that opened and shut, and say a rainstorm started coming over and it wouldn't shut, did shut, could you trust it? I don't know. Very iffy, that one. But yeah, I don't mind babysitting the kit. I mean, I don't start to work till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I can always have a sleep. So I haven't got to get up early in the morning, which is good in some respects. But in winter, I'm wasting probably 5 hours imaging time. So it's, you know, it's a bit of an iffy one, that one. So it's coming up to the meridian now, but I really don't want to do a flip. Although it's not. Actually, weirdly enough, when was it? It was a couple of years ago. I can't remember what I was imaging. But I started imaging. I was actually sat. Luckily I was in the observatory setting up. I was getting a lovely clear night, and this one cloud come over, literally over my head. It wasn't a particularly big cloud. It wasn't a what do you call a black cloud, I suppose. And it just sprinkled some water down. I was like, what the hell? So I quickly shut it up. I thought, oh, that's it. I went to go back upstairs, and I looked up and I just thought, is that it? Just that one cloud done that. So, well, I mean, I've got a cheap mini PC that I connect to remotely, and it's like £100, I think. It's only an i5, but it runs everything fine for PhD and everything else. It's absolutely fine with that. So I just use that, and if it buggers up, you can still pick them up for £100 or less now. The same model. I could just swap it straight over and use another one. It's absolutely fine. My Rasa's already had a wash. It was washed out when I had the thing. That thing was literally a bucket. Hence why the paint inside's got washed off it. So obviously a cheap water-based paint that Celestron use. And everything else in it was fine, so, you know, didn't do any damage to it. It's just that, just the paint, really. Fingers crossed. Pre-washed, yeah, it had a pre-wash. So did the mount as well. The mount come from the same place, same observatory, so they both got a good washing. That's why the electronics were all buggered on it. But I think the CGE Pros suffer with dodgy electrics anyway, so which is why they weren't around very long. I mean, mechanically they're all right, but from what I've seen, the electronics in them are pretty bad. Is it clear at your end yet, mate? It's not a cloud in this. It says mostly cloudy on both computers, but I'm not seeing one yet. Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh Christ, I've been musty again. Bastard. Yeah. I say scope's fine. I mean, electronics now, they don't like water, but like say metal and glass, not a problem really. Not too much an issue. Oh, no, 30. 28. What the hell? Oh. Oh look. Oh look, it's telling me I'm live. Look. I know that. For anyone who's just joined, as you can see, I'm imaging the Western Veil Nebula. Oh, a few clouds. Ah, that's a shame, mate. That's a shame. That definitely looks like Starlink. A bit of Sigma Kappa to fix that, but it's getting worse up there. Nah, that's musked. If it's plain, it'd be a lot brighter than that. Because they're in the line, they're always like in the top kind of formation. You get them in like 3s or 4s. Yeah, I think it's Starlink, mate. It's definitely bloody Elon sodding Musk. Bloody pain in the ass. I can't get why he's doing it, but so much bloody junk up there now. It's something's gonna get smashed, and the way we go, we'll be making up our own ring system like Saturn with all the junk flying and whizzing around up there. He is. He is. I mean, I'm not what you call a season's imager, shall we say? But in the years I've done, I mean, I only used to use a DSLR for years, and I've noticed it. It's getting more and more and more and more. I mean, think when I was doing M101, pretty much every sub or every other sub had a satellite through it or something. It's ridiculous. It's getting really bad. Yeah, I agree. It is an accident waiting around. Something. I mean, I think the space station's had a few close calls already. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Hmm. I don't use Pixie Sight. The PC I've got is too old. It's an i5. I will get it one day, but I need to upgrade the PC. Yeah, that was cleaner. But for the minute, I don't use Pixie Sight. I use Cyril, which I guess you call like a stripped down Pixie Sight. As you can do a lot of things with that you can do in Pixie Sight. And I just generally finish off in Photoshop. So that's how I generally do that's my workflow. But like I say, the Pixie Sight, I mean, it's pretty resource hungry. Plus with the file sizes you get with these CMOS cameras, I mean, these are 50 megabytes each. And when you stack them and everything else, it really does clog up the system. So yeah, I'm afraid I'm still using it does struggle with Cyril occasionally as well, so it is what it is, but I'm quite happy with what I'm getting out of it, so it's not too bad. So I imaged this at Nicky's a couple of weeks ago, and we were setting up the garden. By God, we were getting bitten to death by mozzies, getting eaten alive. Both got covered in bites. So yeah, it's not very intuitive. It's a bit. I've tried watching Adam Block. I mean, he knows Pixie Sight. He knows how it works and everything. But I'm just sat there scratching my head. I've watched a few tutorials, and I mean, like I said, Cyril, you can do background extraction and the same sort of thing what you can do in Pixie Sight. It's got remove green noise, etc., etc. But and you can also remove the stars as well, and just work on the nebula and put them back in. I mean, I'm doing more and more in Cyril than I am in Photoshop. The only thing I do in Photoshop is just using to put the stars, basically just to put the stars back in, and probably just tweak the colours a little bit, and that's it. But no, Pixie Sight, I'm holding off because I'm running an old Office i5 computer, and it's just too slow. It's way too slow. So I'm sticking with what I know for now, and then I shall move on to something else. You know, I shall move on to it when I get a faster PC, which I don't know when that'll be, but when I do, that's probably when I'll push the button on PixInsight. But for now, I should just leave it as it is. I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with getting the images I'm getting, which are much better than I've ever got before. So, and I still only shoot one shot colour. I don't do narrowband. No, I don't. I don't push the processing either. Sometimes I struggle getting the colours looking right. Sometimes it's a bit too red or a bit too green, and I just can't get the colour balance right. I've never got my head around masking. Never have figured it out. Even all these years, I still can't figure it out, and that's in Photoshop. So that's something I've always struggled with. I don't know why. It just, to me, in my head, it just doesn't seem to compute. I'll just basically do levels and curves, and that's it. Just bring it out. Probably boost the saturation a little bit, and that's it. And then with the stars, because I'm using a narrowband filter, I'll get the star mask. Not the star mask. Yeah, it's a star mask, and I'll run the green noise because it's like narrowband stars. Yeah. I'll run green noise, invert it, run green noise again, re-invert it, and then boost the colours. The colours look better. Don't get magenta stars or funky looking stars, and then put them back in. But yeah, I must admit, in my DSLR days, I'd really push and overstretch the image, and it looked horrible. And for years, I never sussed out flats. Nina's helped me with flats. I must admit, using the flats wizard on it, but you still have to figure it out a little bit, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it's helped me a lot. Nina has, and like I say, other programs too. When I started, I was using APT for years, a long time. APT, PhD, and then just Photoshop to do it. Yeah, I like Nina. Took me a little while to get my head around it. I used to use APT before that, but I found the plate solving in APT, the version I had, was a bit of a bind. So I ended up trying Nina, and I got Nina, got everything up and running. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Orbitals is a nice plugin as well. If anybody does, if you do image comets and stuff, because it will just take you right there. You just go on Orbitals, update it, and then put in your comment you want, slew to it, and wait, it's there. It's a really good program. Oh, satellite again. Oh man. He still uses CCD, Steve. Yeah. Can't agree. Can't argue with you there, mate. With Nina. I did think about getting SGP, but then they started doing it as a yearly subscription. I thought, I don't mind paying for programs, but I don't like this subscription thing. I mean, the Photoshop I use is an old one because I'm not going to buy into a subscription. like I say, I don't mind paying for programs, but when it comes to pay for subscription each year, I think, nah, sorry, I won't. Yeah, I'll put an autofocus on the Raster. I shouldn't have wasted my money because it's a version 1. The mirror flop's terrible in autofocus. I've never had a nice V curve with it yet. It's all over the sodding place. So I thought, nah, I might just take it off and put the manual focuser back on now because I've finally got a decent batten off mask. Nothing wrong with CCD, mate. Nothing wrong with CCDs at all. I'm sure the CCD chips are still coming on with leaps and bounds like the CMOS. As to what's better, I mean, also filters are coming on leaps and bounds too. So it's like, it's there's still quite a few people use CCDs, isn't there? I know Steve Richards does, and I think, what's his name? I'm trying to think his name now. He gets a star play. He's got a QSI. Can't think his name. No, name's gone. The name's gone. But yeah, I know he's one. Daz as well. I think he's finally gone for a CMOS when he's trying one out. I don't know what one he's got. Probably a ZWO. Man, I did have a QHY8. I've still got it, CCD. Just the cooled one. And I couldn't get any. It was alright, but I didn't find it any better than a DSLR, to be fair. So, in the end, I bit the bullet and got a 269C. Not this one, because I sold it to get the 26C, but I got that one. And it was such a cracking little camera, I had to buy another one. That's a sensor 4/3. Oh, yeah, absolutely brilliant camera this is. Oh no, quite agree, mate. What's the point in buying another camera? Exactly. How long had your QSI? Must be when I'm football. No, I can't stand the game. I don't follow football at all. I really don't. You get a ball, you kick it into a goal. There you are. That's about all I know about football. The players are paid ridiculously stupid amount of sums of money for kicking a ball. I'm in the wrong job. Oh well. I say this is my second year with CMOS cameras. First year, well, last year I was using a 269C, bought it off me, so I funded it for the 26C, which is the what's it, the APS-C size one. And then I bought another 269C, which is a 4/3 sensor. Oh, Nicky's got an old Starlight Express camera, really old one. It's got like a serial to USB converter, and the chip is tiny. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, currently imaging the Western Vale, as you can see. If you're wondering why it's flipped the other way around, I'm using a Rasa 11 with an Altair Astro 26C and IDAS MBZ filter. To be honest, Steve, I've never fell in with football. It's not been my thing really. Any sport, to be honest. I did have a bit of F1. Like, I used to watch F1 and follow that, and then got fed up with that. Too much rules, too much politics. You know, just get in the damn car and race the thing. That's it. None of this team order rubbish. You know, I can't stand that. So, right, give me a sec. I am going to check the dome. And I'm not going to do a medium flip. I'm too lazy. Oh. Rugby and cricket. Yeah, I was trying to think what other sports I used to like? There's not many. Not many at all. Although lately I've been watching a load of Isle of Man. Isle of Man videos on YouTube. My word. You got, I can't remember his name, but he holds a record. I've forgotten his name. 134 mile an hour average lap speed. That's mad. Absolutely mad. I'll just give this dome a shove, and I can't see any clouds yet. So I'm going to keep soldering on. I'm not going to do meridian flips, I'm too lazy. It'll be fine. There's another hour, well, just over half hour. It starts getting light anyway, so I'll just keep plodding on. No point doing a flip. I've already lost some time imaging anyway, so I might as well get what I can. Yes, mate, yeah. I mean, you see them come through the towns or the villages, and it's like they're doing like 150 mile an hour, and you think, holy hell. Just get something wrong, and they're squirming about. You see the bike squirming around and all sorts. You think, Jesus, just got to get it wrong. That's it. You're toast. You know, you are toast. Was it about 250 odd people died, or probably more than that now? In the year, in 100, just over 100 years I've been doing it. That's a lot. Or in the field even, because you could be catapulted off and straight in the field. But you see them on the, you see like spectators on the side of the road. They just like poke their heads out and have a bite, get a whizzing past like literally a few feet away. It's mad, absolutely mad. Impressive and mad at the same time, I guess. But yeah, it's yeah, 37 miles, yeah. Yeah, it's impressive to watch, but yeah, I haven't got Sharp Cat, Rich. Be nice if you need to add the add-on to do a live stack, but these are just like single subs, single 3-minute subs I'm getting. I shall stack it all later and make an image up. Probably later in the week. I mean, if I get another night out, I'll try get some more data, but I'm not holding my breath because the weather in the UK has been absolutely dire. I took a gamble tonight whether to be out or not, and I started off okay, and then about the missus went to bed, and literally about within minutes I was just clouded out totally. I had a few clouds to begin with, I was totally clouded out. So I had a shower and I thought, come back, and I thought I'll give it a little bit longer, and if it's not going to clear I'll pack up, and it just cleared. And here I am, still going, still soldiering on. I'll also have to do some flats as well when I go to the observatory. He uses Sharp Cap for live stacking. Deep Sky Stacker has a live stack function as well, but I have not a clue how to use it. I've only found one tutorial on YouTube and it's all in Spanish. So I'm buggered. Wouldn't mind if it had subtitles, but didn't even have subtitles. So I was scuppered. My plans were scuppered. Yeah, I know. £10 a year though, isn't it, for Sharp Cut? You don't just buy it once; you buy it every bloody year. I'm cheap anyway. Oh, in Muscat again. Just there. Oh right, yeah. What are you using it on? Seems alright in the raster. I mean, ideally I could do with M54 because you do get vignetting using APS-C sensor even with M48 imaging train. But it's alright. It's made. Oh right. It has made framing a target with a raster a lot easier because you used to have to loosen the camera and rotate and tighten it, and with the centre of them bloody lens groups keeps coming loose. Do it too much, it comes loose. So I'd rather not move it if I don't have to. So I thought I'll get one of these rotators. It's absolutely fine. I mean, even after rotating, I'll check the focus again afterwards because I had to focus it the first time, get the rotation right. And I thought, well, I'll check the focus again. It was bow on, so it didn't alter the focus at all. So very happy with that. Although it will all be coming off when we go away next week. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, you don't need like pinch screws. You just there's three of them, just undo, and it just rotates around nice and freely. And just nip them up. So using the manual rotate function in Nina, I've got it absolutely bob on. This is exactly how I want it framed. Obviously flipped the other way around because the raster is backwards, but it's fine. That's exactly how I wanted it framed, and I'm thinking like point something of a degree off, but that's nothing. I'm happy with that. Just the focuser. I'll start doing stacking out. I already have to. That's great, Rich. No, it's. I generally only stack if I only get about 4 hours a minimum of data, but I'm not going to get that tonight. Although I've stacked less, but I always like to give 4 hours minimum on anything if I can. Don't think I'm going to be getting that tonight. I'm probably going to get, I don't know, 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe. But if I get another night on it, or at least a couple of hours this week, I'll be happy. I'm not great what you call it processing. I don't use PixInsight because my PC's too old. I use Serial on an old version of Photoshop, and that's it. I do background extraction, colour calibration, and removing the stars in Serial. Then I'll do some stretches in Serial on both, like the star mask and the starless image, before transferring them into Photoshop, finishing them off, re-adding the stars. Oh, fingers crossed then, mate. Fingers crossed, Steve. Hope you get a clear sky. When you go for, Steve, if you are out tomorrow? Let's have a look at my vid. I've not used Star Tools. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never actually used it. Serial's a good program. It takes a while to get your head around. It's a bit like PixInsight. Serial to me is like a stripped down version of PixInsight. You can do a lot of things the same as what you can do in PixInsight in Serial, but not everything. It's just a shame the scripts for PixInsight don't work in Serial, because that will be excellent. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good program for a freebie. It's pretty good. Like I say, I'll switch over to Photoshop to finish off. No, I'll be right back. I've got some stuff to do myself. Oh, right, that's it. That's my few jobs done in the house. Back to imaging. How are we doing? About 20 minutes before it starts getting light, so I'll be stopping soon and taking some flats and then go to bed. I'll keep going a little while longer. The subs coming in still looking good. Very happy with that. Yeah, I've looked out the window. I can see it's sort of light. It's starting to get a bit light northeast, but I think they're all right for a while. Yeah, 2:30 on here on the seek, so it's saying just after 3. So I shall about 3 o'clock I shall stop. I shall go and take my flats, and that's when I'll call it a night on here. I'll just take my flats and just get straight to bed then. Oh, we must again, look. Damn you, Elon. Or whoever you are, with all your space junk whizzing through. What does that in NLCs? I'll have a quick look. No sign of NLCs. Yeah, I've not done much in the way of... Oh my good God. How many satellites in that image? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good grief. Yeah, I've not done much in the way of any galaxies. when I first got the raster going again, I've tried on that, but I think I was doing the subs I was doing were too long. I mean, I was getting detail, like a lot of dust in the image, but the colour I was just blowing out. The subs were too long. Yeah, he's playing noughts and crosses. I use DSS and it seems to. I've always used DSS. It's just something I've always been used to. Just put it in Sigma Kappa and it seems to get rid of them. I've never had any issues yet. Obviously, if you've got a plane going through it, then just bin it. You know, it's just no point. But other than that, it's been all right. But that was a bad one. That one. I've got to say that was pretty shockingly bad. But yeah, Deep Sky Stacker, just make sure it's set on Sigma Kappa. It does get rid of it. I will say that for it. Obviously, it'd be better if they weren't there at all and they could do like a weighted batch. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, it's what we got. It's what we've got to put up with, I suppose. And it's only going to get worse. It's one I've always used, Rich. Just one I've used for years. You know, it seems to work right. You can stack in serial as well. You can stack with ASTAP as well. That's supposed to be good, but I've never used it. Just stuck with. I'll just always stick with what you know, I suppose. I think I was watching. I can't remember the YouTube channel now. What the hell? What's going on there? Okay. Houston, we have a problem. Scope started slewing. Why's the scope started slewing? I didn't tell it to slew. What the hell? Why's the scope started to slew? Ouch! I think I know why. Because the CG Pro has limit switches, so it's probably gone in the home position. I'm off, mate. I'll be back. Might have to call it a day. it just done a flip. Even though I didn't tell it to. Oh well. Is it going in now? Let's stop this a minute. Yeah, it's done a flip. I thought I'd switch that off. Never mind. Although to be fair, what subs I'm going to get out of it, it's probably not worth it now, but I might as well get what I can. That's crap. That's crap. Oh, we're off. Yeah. I hear you, Rich. So the mount I've got, it's an old CG Pro, Celestron CG Pro, and cable management with them things ain't easy. So I'm not really sure what to do with it. I've got two cables running off the back of the RASA, just hanging, because there's nowhere to put the thing, so I don't know. Yeah, the mount knows best. You're telling me, mate. Hang on, I'm going to check my sequence now. Did I put it onto... Is a flip on? No, it flips off. So why did it flip? Unless it hit the... All I could think was it hit the home switch and just decided to do the flip. That caught me out. Let's just check the options. Plate solving. Plate solving. No. Imaging. Max minutes after. Okay. I'm guessing it's on. I'll have to check those settings then. We'll get rid of these bad ones. We don't want any of them. Oh, being mustard again. Would you believe it? That's definitely an Elon Musk, that is. The two in parallel. stop in a minute. See if we can get one more sub. Yeah. Yeah, spending all this money on this daft hobby that your satellites are ruining. See what the weather's like tomorrow. Cloudy tomorrow. Cloudy Tuesday. Wednesday I might have a chance. According to the Met Office. And that'll be me. I won't be going out anymore, so if I can keep this running, that'll be great. Right guys, well I am going to go and I am going to do some flats and go to bed. So thanks for watching, keep me company, keep me awake. It looks like I could be out again Wednesday, so according to the Met Office, but that could all change the way that the weather's been changing in the UK, so we'll just play it by ear. Anyway, thanks for watching. I shall stop the feed now and hope we all get some clear skies. Thanks guys.